Hi and Assalamualaikum. I am Nur Alia Naziha and my team members Nur Shafika Ayuni, Nur Shakira, Nur Eliana Natasha and Nora Haliza are here to present our project on Ujang versus Small Production copyright issue. Now let's begin with the case.
First, we will talk about introduction, of course, and then we will move to the case description and chronology. After that, we'll go to findings, then observation and evidence. We also go through the analysis and discussion. After that, we will end with the conclusion. Okay, first of all, my production is renowned for high quality film and TV show with the storylines and excellent production values, achieving financial success and critical acclaim while maintaining a creative integrity. A major player in global market, they deliver innovative content. In contrast, Ujang focus on localized content, which highlighting culture and societal issues relevant to his audience. Known for narrative and deeply connects with local culture, Ujang provide a platform for diverse voice. In the case of Malaysian artists, which for famously minimalist cartoon, underscore the challenge artists face with intellectual property legal matters which my production of his work have negatively impacted his career, shifting his focus from creation to legal struggle and receiving income. This case highlights the need for clear legal agreement and proactive protection of intellectual property rights to avoid such detrimental impact.
So this is the chronology of the case of Ibrahim Ujang Anon versus Moy Production. So on April 14, 1969, Ibrahim Ujang Anon was born in Brunei. Both of his parents are Bruneian citizens of the Iban ethnic group. On March 1986, Moy Eng Eng, which is Moy, founded Moy Production, the sole proprietorship based on Kuala Belait, Brunei. On September 1988, Ibrahim Ujang Anon started working full-time as a singer for Moy Production at their Kuala Belait branch. And during his performances, Ibrahim Ujang Anon composed several songs that became popular with the audience. Next, on December 24, 1991, Ibrahim Ujang Anon registered several songs with the Brunei Performing Rights Association, which is known as BPRAS, as the composer using his performing name Black. On December 1993, Ibrahim Ujang Anon and Moy Production had dispute and eventually ended their employer-employee relationship. Since then, Ibrahim has stopped all activities related to Moy Production. So, um, the case described a dispute arose over the ownership of the animated series BFK, which is known as Buah Fikiran, produced by Moy Production. This politically charged series attracted widespread attention and sparked discussion about intellectual property's right. Ujang Anand claim was supported by a certification achievement for one of the pieces recognizing his right. And on January 22, Ujang publicly resigned to a higher power amid ongoing legal struggles, reflecting the emotional toll this dispute have taken on him. His work often includes personal narrative and controversies related to legal claims over intellectual property rights. So, this is the findings that impact on Ibrahim Ujang Anon career. Ujang Anon admitted to neglecting new work while focusing on proving his authorship, leading to a decline in income as he stopped producing profitable content. This highlights the negative impact of prolonged legal dispute on an artist's creativity, reputation, and finances. Ibrahim Ujang faced many obstacles with dispute over creative and property rights, negatively impacting his creativity, reputation, and output. So this is some observation that I found um, on Ibrahim Ujang Anon versus Moy Production. Ujang and so this is some of Ujang Anon artistic style features, which is minimalist yet expressive lines in his caricature, prioritizing and the essence of his subject over intricate details. This allows for rapid creation, essential for his commentary on current events. His recognizable cartoon often use blank backgrounds to emphasize action and setting. Studies on creative and or property rights rarely cover visual arts or artistic technique, focusing more on famous artists or corporate groups. This paper examines Ibrahim Ujang Anon's unique artistic methods and notable disputes to understand his approach and its relation to creative rights. So Ibrahim Ujang Anon usually explores Malaysia's socio-political landscape, criticizing the government, advocating for people's power and addressing common struggle, such as the comic I put in the slide. He touches on themes of racial and religious harmony, sometimes incorporating what was against the motive. Ujang Anon is known for his deep understanding of Malaysia's socio-political and economic situation, using his cartoon to express his thoughts and beliefs. Key themes include criticizing the government, supporting people's power, highlighting common struggles, and exploring racial and religious harmony or discord, often with what was against the themes.
Public and critical reception. Ujang Anon artwork has received mixed reaction due to his legal trouble. He often shares his struggle on social media, attracting both supporters and critics. Despite this, he remained dedicated to controlling his artwork and support for artistic authority. His work, which addressed social issues, evoked various emotions and shaped his public image. On April 26, 2024, Ujang launched a campaign to regain his trademark Ujang, highlighting his desire to protect his artistic identity and the challenge he faced in reclaiming his intellectual property right. Legal and societal impact. Ujang Anom Project, Aku Budak Bina, show his concern for Mina community and society. His legal issue focused on protecting property rights in the creative sector. This dispute highlight and conflict between art and commercial interests profiting from cultural reference. This has impacted Ujang both personally and professionally and sparked debate on artist rights and preserving cultural product under the Intellectual Property Act. Supporting and evidence. Visual example. This case involved a property and personal right dispute between Dato' Ibrahim Ujang and renowned Malaysian artist and Moy Production Sdn Bhd, an advertising and film organisation. The conflict arose from the production of two tight cassettes, Motif Kebudayaan Pucuk Rebung and Motif Kebudayaan Pucuk Rebung 2, created in partnership with Datuk Shah Reza, who designed for the respondent film. The parties settled the dispute through the High Court. It was agreed that the term adat should be added to adat budaya for the trademark purpose to make it modern and relevant. The respondent does not have the right to produce woven map but can address issues related to adat budaya and controversial topic. Testimony and interview. Testimony and interview from college critic and legal expert and possibly Ujang Anon himself, if possible, could provide value insight into Ujang Anon working relationship with Google and more in production. Ethical concern, reputation, character, working condition, and patterns. This insight could help in understanding the case better and forming a more objective opinion. Documentary and legal document. The intellectual property for the film Jalur Tunggu is owned by Moy Production, who holds the copyright. The court case between Ibrahim Ujang Anon and Moy Production was determined if a commercially valued documentary could be directed according to the wishes of pre-appointed subject matter expert. The plaintiff initiated the suit before filming began but later withdrew the claim, indicating the settlement was reached. Here are some legal documents from the Ujang case.
For analysis, Ujang Ibrahim and More Production have a case or conflict in producing comics. Among the cases or conflicts faced by them are such as intellectual property rights. Copyright means a form of protection given by law to creators who produce their original works such as works of art, literature, drama, and others. Ujang Ibrahim experienced a copyright issue that was not registered on the name of the character in the Ujang comic. However, Ujang magazine was republished under the management of a new company which is under the Moy Production Company, which caused his own name, which is Ujang, and the name of the character he created to be unusable. Next, employment contract disputes. This is because Ibrahim Ujang Anung was once cheated when signing a contract while working at Charisma Pictures. Thus, he lost the rights to the cartoon characters he produced and did not receive any royalties. Ujang also has financial and commercial problems between Moy Production. When Ujang started working under the company Nila Sendirian Berhad, which is a company that has just started to venture into the field of art, does not give Ujang a salary commensurate with his work. The company only paid 2,000 and also fired Ujang by the text messages. Lastly is the use of works or plagiarism by Moy Production. The use of Ujang work by Moy Production outside the agreed scope because the signed agreement is not the same as the one signed by Ujang. Things that show Moy Production using Ujang's work are things like merchandise, customization, or international markets. This can be proven through the company's lawyers sending a notice that they are the owner of Ujang magazine.
Now moving on to discussion. Here we will identify the potential cause or contributing factors of Ujang versus Moy production case. First is communication breakdown. In 2011, Ujang was approached by Naila Sediran Berhad, offering Ujang as their company advisor. He was persuaded by them, in which they coming to his home as Ujang do not want to accept it at first. However, Ujang unfortunately was ordered to stop working with the company only through SMS text messages, even he had worked with them for 6 years despite being paid RM2,000 only. The reason for this dismissal was because of Les Kopak Production, which is publishing series of Upin and Ipin, who wants to control all Naila productions due to them using Les Kopak's license without their knowledge. In this situation, it can be seen that there was a misunderstanding between Les Kopak Production and Naila regarding their previous agreement, which ultimately harmed Ujang's career. Naila seems not to know that their license is under the care of Les Kopak Production because everything that needs to be done should be approved by Les Kopak first. As a result of this misunderstanding, Ujang's view of the Naila Sendirian Berhad and Les Kopak Production is viewed as skewed by Ujang himself and the community, especially those who are fans of Ujang's comics. Next is contractual and financial matters. There is an issue related to fair compensation and royalties for Ujang's work. In his capacity as Director of Marketing for Charisma Pictures Sendirian Berhad, which is known as Moy Production, Ibrahim Enen was responsible for the creation of Ujang magazine. However, all of his works have been registered by other parties and that he was also deceived regarding the contract agreement and also royalty rights over the cartoon characters he created. Moy claimed that since 1997, Ujang has belonged to the business. The names of Ujang and Apu magazines may be used for publications without obtaining permission from any other party. Here we can see Ujang does not possesses any direct rights in this regard. Based on the statement above, Ujang felt that he had been cheated and
used solely by the company because the magazine was his property. In addition, Ujang is no longer permitted to go by the aliases Pakcik Din, Usop Sontorian, or even his own nickname Ujang because of copyright violations. As a result, Ibrahim Enans also lost ownership of the characters he created and was not paid any royalties by the corporation, which at the end he was bankrupt. Last but not least, reputation and public perception. Many cartoonists and admirers of Ujang share sympathy for him, considering him a victim of unfair treatment and corporate exploitation. The Ujang case highlights the significance of upholding creators' rights and garnering backing from proponents of intellectual property rights and artistic freedom. Ujang is seen as an artist who struggles to maintain control over his creations, which enhance his reputation for artistic integrity, as his was seen going back and forth to My Ipo, which is the management of intellectual property, to uphold the justice of his copyright. Nonetheless, due to allegations that Moy are abusing Ujang's work and aren't paying proper remunerations, they frequently perceived by the public and also media as a business that puts profits ahead of the rights of artists. The case highlights Ujang's contributions to the industry, potentially increasing his recognition and influence among his peers.
In conclusion, Ibrahim Ujang Anon case underscored the challenge artists face in protecting their intellectual property rights. Legal disputes, particularly with my production, have negatively impacted his career. Diversity focus on artistic creation to legal battle with and reducing revenue. This situation highlights the need for clear legal agreement and the harmful effect of prolonged legal conflict and on artists' creativity, reputation, and freelance. To ensure smooth and successful future collaboration, it is essential to have clear, legally enforceable contract outlining each party's right and obligations. This should specify intellectual property ownership, royalty agreement, and dispute resolution method. Additionally, through documentation of all creative process, including drawing, draft, and final work, is vital. Using digital tools for archiving and stamping can help secure these records and make them easily accessible for legal purpose. Implementing this practice allows parties to protect their interests while fostering a collaborative environment based on transparency and mutual respect. That's all from us. Thank you.